Blood vials, 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 blood vials. That's practically what my videos have sounded like, other than Blood of the Dead and intro cinematics over the past few days. So I'm finally going to talk about what this means for the people who don't know. Hey guys, it's Abdulmamatani, and welcome back to another zombie storyline for beginners video. So, the blood vials, what are they? Well, the blood vials, as you expect, are just vials of blood. However, they hold a key story factor within the premise crew's adventures throughout Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2 and the cycle, but especially for Richtofen. Ever since, we got introduced to the premise crew in the form of the Origins teaser trailer, we saw an up-close shot of 2 of the blood vials hanging from Richtofen's person. However, he was the only one to have them. So this leads into whose blood's in the vials? Well, the 2 blood vials that have labels on them are on Richtofen, like we saw in the Origins teaser trailer, and it just so happens that these numbers, or these labels, match the inmate numbers that were given to Sal and Finn, 2 of the playable characters in Mob of the Dead. However, as many are aware, these are not the only blood vials that we see in our story. Tank, Nikolai, and Takio have blood vials that they received during the time period that was supposed to occur when Blood of the Dead now takes place. So in between Zetsubo and Garad Krovi. In the normal cycle, they receive the blood vials containing the blood of the Victus crew who were put on ice in the Zombies comic, which will be tomorrow's video's big discussion of what happens in the comics. And then they proceed with what we know as normal in Black Ops 3. Now, where do they come from? Well, other than the fact that they came from the characters that I just aforementioned, we see in the Zombies comic, Victus gets put on ice, and this is after their Empty Earth adventures. The blood gets extracted by Lab Richtofen, who is waiting for our premise crew. And, as for Richtofen's vials, these blood samples were collected when Richtofen first arrived to begin the plans for the lab beneath the Alcatraz prison. How are they used, and what are their effects? As weird as it sounds, our characters drink the blood in the vials, and this may sound repulsive to you, so instead I'll use the term consume. When Premise consumes the blood, they are safe from the ending of Revelations, and what that means is that they're supposed to disappear just like everything else that we see. As Monty says, you should have disappeared just like everything else. However, they still remain, as they have consumed the blood from people who belong in already closed off realities or dimensions. This is explained by Monty in just these little throwaway lines at the end of the Easter egg, just very simple in that cutscene. I mean, everyone was more focused on the fact that, oh my gosh, the staffs, but besides that. But what it means, though, more in depth than what he says, is that it creates a paradox of sorts that allows them to stay in Monty's perfect world that this all takes place in after the egg's completion. However, they are not completely safe, as Monty then wipes them away and they go back to, being in the Great War, the first one, and the cycle, restarts. And Jesus, man, I've said cycle so many times today. By the way, the past few videos and this one and the next one are all being recorded the day before I leave on my vacation. So this is all like straight shot, like happening at the same time. And oh my god, I've said cycle so many times today. Now, the thing is, how can the blood vials be used in Blood of the Dead? Well, I haven't the slightest clue. I mean, from how it sounds, with the title having blood in it, Blood of the Dead, and the fact that we saw the vials in the intro cutscene in a box given to them, and that's where they're supposed to get it, this blood, as well as more blood, is crucial to this map's story. I have a few theories in mind as to what the purpose of Richtofen's little "My Blood, Our Blood" quote meant, which is kind of like to do with the Victus crew, and that was in the video before this, so you want to check that out. However, I could totally be completely wrong. I mean, who knows? There's definitely not enough information, but this is just as far as I can go with speculation for now. I mean, maybe it'll have to be the switch that I talked about, where the Victus crew and the Premise crew switch, and then the Victus crew needs to have the Premise crew's blood. And I mean, it's definitely possible, but I hope it's not. But I hope you guys learned something new in this video, in the past few, as well as the next one. Just bear with me, as I'm going to be working on a lot more of these story-related videos, and they're all being recorded around the same time, so I hope with feedback and experience I can make these videos even more better for you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, as well as any feedback and questions you may have that you'd like me to answer. As soon as I'm back from vacation, I'm sure I'll be spamming out videos on answers to your questions. But yeah, this is At the Moment Tony, signing out. Peace.